Welcome ladies to PSGL, the PS tier. It's season 30 for the F4 division at Mexico. I'm your commentator Iron. I'm on my own today. There's no Sondre. He will be back for the next week's event. As we have 18 cars for the race today. Hopefully we can have a good race and some good racing action. The championship is now starting to pull away, it looks like, Fernando. He's had a good season later this season. Like the first part of the season, he had a couple of DNSs and a DNF, and then he's just been on a roll getting podiums just in a row. So Nando is still the favourite to win this Drivers' Championship this season. I'd say Mercedes for the constructors, as we already have a driver leaving the pit lane. I believe that was a Ferrari, and it is. I think that was Alex. No, it wasn't. It was actually his teammate Nawop. So Nawop then is the first one out on a flying lap. So he is in the Ferrari then today. As while we're waiting for him to get up to starting the flying lap, then Nando then leads with 80 points to his name. He got a third place in Brazil. He just missed out of winning the race in the end, as Noah did take that win. And Noah's actually clawed a bit of points back on Nando. He's got 64 points now. And the gap's basically a win. So basically, if Nando retires today and Noah wins and takes the fastest lap, he will take the championship lead. But he has to have a bit of luck for that. As Nando is here today, and so is Noah, so it's good to see. But right now, though, the next person after that to the lead of the championship is 26 points behind. And the next two drivers, who is Jabraka and Lautus, they're 34 to 35 points behind, and the drivers behind them, who are 40 points behind them, is Firefox and LRB. And one of the guys who we thought would be in the championship fight quite close up was Thomas, and he's sitting in 11th place. But that's the drivers' standings at the moment. Nando's doing an amazing job for the championship. As Noah then begins his flying lap then, the first flying lap round the Mexican Grand Prix for the F4 tier. In the Ferrari then, as you can see, a McLaren just up ahead. There's a Mercedes in the background there. I'm guessing that's Noah who's beginning his flying lap as well, as Fast has retired then, as well, as we will go on board with any steward findings for the F4 tier, if any penalties or anything like that for this weekend. But let's see what the first sector is for Noah then. It's a 28.3, not a bad first sector, as he's coming in through the little chicane. Nice and tidy at the moment, not pushing too much. Nice and tidy on the rear end as well. Shane's also retired. Speakfast had a quali ban, which I think Shane had one from last week. Noah then into the final sector now. This is where you could easily lose a lot of time. Got to get a car turned in, put the power on at the right time. It's very nice to there through the final corner then. Gets a decent exit. What time will it be? Will it be a 1 minute 13 or is it going to be a 14.3 then? Is provisional pole at the moment. But what about Noah? Currently sitting in second place in the Drivers' Championship. Looks the closest guy to Nando. As he's coming to the line, it's 13.9, already in the 13s then. So Noah picking up the pace, and he will be happy with that at the moment. As Simlex, believe, would be next, and he is third with a 15.776. Next up, we have an Alfa Romeo. That is Nando on an outlap, actually. What about an AlphaTauri then? Is Luca on a fast lap right now? I don't believe so, but he's starting a lap. Jabraka's behind him, then Mika. Oh, Mika's into the right. Wow, very close there. He's clipped his front wing, and he's very close not losing his rear tyre there. Sorry, right front tyre there. Very lucky indeed. As we're going to go on board with Tito, who's finishing off his lap right now, and I believe LRB is on an out lap just behind him. As Aries would be next, and he got third there with a 14.9. Here comes Aries then. Let's see what he can do. And that's fourth with a 15.5 then, as Tomasetto is going 7th quickest with a 1:30.3. Obviously, that isn't a fast lap time. But he's not going to be too disappointed with that, as we've got Slimbo who's next then. And he goes 5th with a 15.713 there, so not a bad run. Is anybody else on an actual flyer? He's on board with Firefox right now. Oh, as he's hit the wall. And the Merc has actually gone off. If it lets me select the McLaren. And it looks like he's lost the rear of the car, and he's lost his right front tyre, so that means he's doing another qualifying session then. As we go on board with Lautus now, Luca now, who's actually just finished that, 132.2 on the mediums, not competitive, what I'd expect, as Jabraka has invalidated. That's a shame for him. What about Daniel? Will he come to the line? And it's fourth quickest with a 1:14.693. And Nando then already in second with a 1:14.286. So right now the guys who are fighting for the Drivers' Championship between Noah and Nando, first and second at the moment. Is Jabraka on another lap? What about Luca? They're both on flyers actually, so we'll keep an eye on both drivers. But yeah, I believe Shane had penalties from 2 weeks ago since he missed, I believe, the last race. So the quad ban had to be served for this event. So that is why Shane retired. 7 freaky fast. But Luca then, let's see what his second sector time is on the mediums. That's 16.1 seconds improvement. Hopefully he can keep it within the lines of the track. As he's now in the final sector now, pushing up to an Alfa Romeo. Obviously Alfa Romeo is going in the pit lane. We'll go on board. Oh, actually, no, Luca's backed off then on the lap. What about Jabraka? Is he still going to give it a go? And the answer is yes, he is. And to the line, he goes second quickest with a 14.2. Not a bad lap there from him. As Alex is the next up on a fly right now, currently sitting in 18th place. No lap time set, obviously, but he is on the soft compounded tyre. Martin, not that far behind. He's also one of the title contenders in this season. Currently, I believe, third place. And as Alex is invalidated there, did miss that, so that's a shame for Alex there. Invalidation. And same with Martin. So both drivers invalidating already. And it's very easy to invalidate around the Circuit of Mexico. Slimbo's just come back into the pits. Tito's... I don't know, is Tito pitting or is he going for another run? Oh no, he's invalidated, so he is pitting then. And just make sure you don't do that in the race. As right now, then we have 3 drivers on out laps, both Red Bulls and Simbolix. Simbolix is ahead of both the Red Bulls right now, and both Red Bulls last weekend did surprise us with their pace. Hopefully, they can give us some more surprises today. As here comes Simbolix then, around the final couple of corners to start his final lap in the Haas. As he's picked up the pace already. Down the long straight he goes then. Pushing the speeds of 201 miles an hour there was the fastest he went down there. Into turn 1 and 2 and 3. Nice and tidy. As we're going on a TV pod view. As right now then, he's back up on the pace. Has he actually backed off his lap? I think he's backed off his lap. I don't think yeah, he's definitely backed off, which is a shame. He was on a time lap. Mika then is the next Red Bull on a current lap at the moment, currently sitting in 11th place with a 1:19.5. Obviously not representative to an actual time he'll do, but he is on the softs, and a one stop is possible around here. Soft to medium straight is possible in the race, but some people might try the 2-stop and maybe a tiny bit quicker in the long run, as long as there's no safety cars or anything like that. But soft, 1-stop is possible. Albert Mika, purple in the second sector, so is he trying to challenge for Norway's position on pole with a 1:13.9, the only driver to get in the 13s at the moment. Let's see what Mika can do. And 6th place with a 1:14.747 then. He's going to be happy with that. He can't be too disappointed. Obviously, he's got some quicker guys who are ahead of him. As DV Gamers cheering on Jabraka. And, well, hopefully Jabraka can have some more good results, as he was one of those title contenders. As Aries then goes second quickest with a 1:14 flat then. So Aries is now deciding to wake up in the second part of the season, as he's had a terrible start to the season this year. He's had a bit of bad luck, and it's obviously my co-commentator's favourite driver of the tier. But hopefully Aries can get a good result today. But currently, second place with a 14 flat. Can't be disappointed with that, as Luca moves to fourth then with a 1:14.274. And I believe that was Williams of Firefox moves to 7th with a 1:14.468. Next up is the Mercedes. Is that Noah on a timed lap? Let's have a go then. The guy who's second place right now in the championship. I believe that's Nando right behind him. So both championship contender drivers are currently 1st and 5th right now in the qualifying session. So maybe this is a bit of good news for Noah. Hopefully this can be a race result like this, 1st and 5th, so he can gain some points back on Nando. I'll let Noah then coming in to the first sector isn't purple. There's going to be a traffic ahead of him, and AlphaTauri up there. Lucas just moves out of the way. Hopefully that didn't distract him or anything while he was turning the car. Now let's see how he can handle the S section. Got to get a nice fine line. One little error and that could be game over. Nice and tidy. Oh, but he invalidates there. Noah's not going to be happy with that. We still have 6 minutes and 46 seconds remaining of the session, obviously, so we've still got plenty of time to do another lap. Nando, though, hasn't invalidated in the S section. Very close there on the exit curb. Into the hairpin corner he goes now. Let's see what he can do on the final corner. Does he want to take pole? Do you want to take pole around Mexico start there? I don't really feel that's the best place to start. He can get jumped off the line. But Nando moves to 3rd place with a 14.191 there, just improved by a couple of hundreds. And he's going to be happy at that, at least, at the moment. But a bit closer to Noah. Maybe he's thinking maybe it's not the best idea to start on pole position. Is anybody else on a timed lap right now? Not right now. Is Slimbo on another flyer? I don't think he is. Let's have a go on Martin. Actually, no, Alex is up ahead, actually. We'll go on Martin after. So finally, Alex and Martin is about to finish their laps. And he was saying theoretically third is best. Yeah, either third, fourth, or even second. And no hopes moved to second in the Ferrari. And Alex then moves to 7th. Not a bad lap there from both Ferraris. A 14 flat for No Hope and a 14.2 for Alex, as Martin's invalidated again. Just can't get the lap together. And it's hopefully this doesn't cost him for the championship fight. He's currently 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. Right now, he's in 18th in qualifying. This isn't a good place to be, especially when 3 guys ahead have retired, 2 with quali bans and 1 retiring on track by losing control of the car. But Martin then is starting another flying lap then as we go on board, and let's see how he manages to invalidate in the 2nd sector. As he's coming through turn 1 and 2 then, only with 43% ERS. A little bit hesitant there through turn 2 or 3. I don't know if that's lag or anything, but he's completely off the track there. That should have been an invalidation. As you can see there, tyre in the background, that's was the Mercedes front right, as he isn't purple in the 1st sector at all. Let's see how he is in the 2nd sector right now. Both Aston Martins, if they're not careful, will be starting at the back of the grid. And it's probably not what they want. This section right now, nice, tidy, very close to those curbs, keeps it within the lines this time. So, will Martin finally get this lap together? Not purple in the 2nd sector. The final sector he goes now, into the hairpin corner. Getting a bit of lag, obviously. It's coming to the line now. Martin's finally going to get a lap together. And it's 9th place currently with a 1:14.423. He can't be too disappointed with that lap, especially since how close the grid is at the present time. Only has to improve by a couple of tenths, and he could easily be 4th or even 3rd if he finds a bit more time. But not bad there for Martin after his 2nd attempt on Los Sos. Simblix has invalidated on his run. Lucas on an out lap. Noah, on the other hand, is starting another flyer. And this is probably his final attempt. Right now, Noah hasn't even been challenged in this qualifying session at the moment. Nobody's been getting it in the 13s or even close. Oh, and that's completely off the track there. And somehow not invalidated in the 1st sector, but he hasn't He hasn't backed off. He actually is up in the first sector. Hopefully he doesn't get reported for anything like that. But he is up in the first sector by a couple of hundredths now. So could we see maybe a 13.900? Let's see how he is in the S section. As we saw, no, he's backed off already. He's invaded. So maybe another attempt later on. As Luca has begun his flying lap. No, he's completely backed off, and for some reason his car looks just full of mud on it, like right now. So, yep, he isn't on a timed lap. What about Simblix? He is on a lap right now, currently in turn 3, just at the exit turn 3 now. DRS activated then, as we can see a possible overtaking spot in the race today. As he's coming up into the left and double right-hander. Nice and tidy, keeps it within invalidation. Decent exit there, yells just up ahead there, that's traffic with one of the Alfa Romeos. I'm guessing that's Nando just moving out of the way. As Noah's done, he's starting another lap. As he's just passing Luca right now. We'll go on board with Noah next, as he should be the lead car of the Merc. But it looks like Noah's actually backed off in the end, so maybe it's one of the Ferraris, or it might be LLB. We'll keep an eye on that. But here comes then Simblix to the line, currently 15th, and moves to 9th there with a 1:14.414. He's got to be happy with that from being in 15th. As I go on board with the other Haas then, is he the lead car ahead of the McLaren? Oh, Tito's off the track there in turn 3, and that's definitely going to be a distraction for a couple of the drivers now. As it was Slimbo on an in-lap. What about Aries? It's actually not Mika then. He's actually on a timed lap. Currently finishing off his flying lap right now. Currently sitting in 14th with a 1:14.7. Will he be able to improve his time? And yes, he does, but only moves to 13th place there with a 1:14.571. Next driver will be the Haas of the LRB. Obviously, Firefox is on that lap. Same with both Ferraris right now. So Aries, I believe, would be next. We'll make sure if Nawab is on a lap. But I think it is Aries who is next. As LB then moved to 12th. 14.4, and Aries invalidated. Was Nawab next? No. McLaren, is that Slimbo? As Jabraka takes provisional pole with a 13.942 there. So improves on his time, and he's going to be happy with that. No, maybe a bit relieved that he's not starting on pole position. What about Nando? Has he got anything to answer for pole? He's currently signed 6th with a 1:14.191. Only has to improve by a couple times. Oh, but he loses the car. And that's, wow. Very lucky they didn't put it into the wall there. And, well, that's, hopefully doesn't happen to him in the race. As I don't believe anybody else is on a timed lap. What about Mika then? He did invade it. As the warp doesn't improve, but both Ferraris 3rd and 4th with 14 flats there. So Alex was the one who improved to 4th. Currently, Aries is purple in Sector 1. Let's see what he can do in... Oh, but he invalidated. He was purple in Sector 1. This guy could have been challenging for pole, but right now he's going to have to settle with 5th, because I don't believe Martin or Firefox are improving on their laps. We'll keep an eye on these two right now. They are dealing with a bit of traffic just up ahead. As LB has retired from the session, he's going to have to settle with 12th. It's Firefox right now. DRS activated. 40% remaining of ERS. In the second sector, purple. We have seen Firefox challenge for pole many a times. Oh, but that hairpin corner wasn't the best. The rear end just was sliding. And that's going to cost him maybe a couple of tenths at least. He ain't going to be happy with that lap. And it could have cost him. And yeah, it did. It has cost him a lot. What about mine? Is he going to improve? Is he going to improve to 5th? He moves to 7th with a 1:14.175. He's going to be happy with that. Hold up. The man on pole is Jabraka then. He's happy with that. In the Alpine with a 13.942. Only a couple of hundreds quicker than Noah. And only 2 people in the 13s. High 13s at least. And both Ferraris then showing some incredible quality pace. 3rd and 4th. That's not bad. It's like the Red Bulls last week. And they in the end had a good result. Will Ferrari this weekend be able to do the exact same? Or will they make some mistakes? Hopefully. We'll find out very soon, as just waiting for a couple people to retire from the session so we can move on into the race. But that is your qualifying order as it is set to. And hopefully the weather for the race is clear. I'm actually getting some radio information that Nando was actually blocked on his lap, maybe by Simlix there. And he's... apparently he was starting a lap and Simlix might have blocked him, so maybe a steward investigation maybe in the end. Hopefully it doesn't go to that, but they're not too angry with each other. However, here is your qualifying order then for the Mexican Grand Prix then. So, Jabraka then on pole with a 1:13.942. Noah in second. This is what he needs to be ahead of Nando for the Drivers' Championship. Noah in third. Alex in fourth with a 1:14 flat there. Very close, the top five there. All under 0.2 of a second with Aries in fifth then. Luca in sixth. Martin seventh. Nando, not the best qualifying, but we've seen him before. He started last in Jeddah and actually won the race in the end. And that was like 20th. So... any position Nando can be, he can get a good result in 8th. Slimboy 9th, Simlix 10th then. Firefox in 11th, not the qualifying order we usually expect from him. LB in 12th, Mika 13th there. Daniel in 14th, still getting used to the guys in this tier. Tito in 15th. Thomas Settle unfortunately lost it through turn 3 very early on in qualifying in 16th with a 1:30.381. Then Shane Freakfast had quality bands and they're starting at the back, and hopefully we can have no chaos into turn 1 and we can have a clean race. Oh, I am back, and right now we've seen some cloudy skies. No threat of rain yet. Obviously, we can look in the Williams garage. There's soft tyres available. But no threat of rain at the moment. It is cloudy, but we have seen it before where it's been this cloudy and the rain's never come. It's actually got sunnier near the end of the race. That probably could be the thing again. It usually happens, but maybe a bit of rain could actually help Jabraka, as we seen a couple of rounds. The first round actually in Portugal, where Jabraka did an amazing strategy call to pit very early for the Inters from the wet tyre, and then earlier again on the dries, and it pulled out to get a dominant win in the end. And same in Monaco, he pulled a masterclass strategy, pitting very early and then winning the race on very old tyres. So hopefully maybe some strategy plans could help him win today for Jabraka. But right now we should be going on the formation lap. And yep, the formation lap has begun. So then let's see what the outside the top 10 tyre guys have decided what tyre to use. So Firefox and LRB 11th and 12th have decided to go on the medium compound tyres. Mika and Daniel on the soft in 13th and 14th. Tito 15th with mediums, with Thomas Sato 16th with the soft tyres. Now Shane and Freaky Fast, who obviously had their quality bands 17th and 18th, are going a bit different. Shane's gone softs obviously, but Freaky Fast has gone mediums. So I'm wondering if they're going to try the one stop. To be honest, in their eyes, it would be a good strat. Soft medium is possible, obviously, and maybe some of the guys up ahead may decide to do the 2-stop strategy, but I think the 1-stop could work if they can just get the softs to last at least 16 laps. If you can make the softs last 16, you're set for mediums to go to the end. But that's if people want to take the risk and not get punches. But right now then, that is your qualifying order, as I've said. But my race prediction then, I'm going to go with Noah obviously taking the victory, I think, with a dominant fashion. Jabraka in second. I'm going to go with Nando third. I think he could move up there. Maybe second, but I'm going to go with third. And I'm going to actually go Alex fourth. I think the Ferrari driver of Alex can do that. Oh, no one got very close there to Jabraka on the formation lap. Do not hit him under the formation lap. You don't want to do that. But yeah, that is my top 4. Noah, Jabraka, Nando, and Alex for the result today. You never know, Simlix might surprise me and he might take a victory, or even Freaky Fast or Shane near the back of the grid. So anything obviously can happen. But the light sequence will be beginning very shortly as we are moving now to the grid. We are just waiting for the other Alpine, one Alpine leading to get on the grid and one Alpine at the back, while they just get ready to line up. He is on the medium tyre, so maybe Freak Fast decide, you know, let's try the mediums. Hopefully I don't get damage in turn 1 and we can see how the strategy goes. But we're just waiting on him to line up on the grid and we can start the 5 light sequence. And light sequence has begun then for the F4 division at Mexico. Who's going to take Paul as the lights are out then? And it looks like Jabraka's had an okay start. But look at the Ferrari in the background there. That is Noah. Pete's had an amazing... Sorry, that's Alex actually. He's had an amazing start. Noah's had not the best start at the moment. Jabraka's got off clean, still leading the race. As Bob Ferrari is apparently second and third. Noah trying to get in the mix of the Ferraris on. There's going to be contact. Oh, there is contact. There with Alex and Noah. As Noah closed the door. But Bob Ferrari is aggressive already through turn 1, 2 and 3. And they're still going side by side. We see carnage in the background. Their cars going off the track altogether there. Ooh, does it look like an AlphaTauri and an Aston got the blows as both Ferraris going side by side. We'll go behind these lot to have a look who's fighting behind. But right now, Alex and the Wolf are not giving an inch. Who's going to take second out of this corner? Is it going to be the Wolf? Is it going to be Alex? What about Noah? He's looking in the mix as well. As we go on board with him right now, he's probably not happy what happened through turn 1. Could have got some damage. He might have got some damage, some minor damage to the car. But right now, Nando is all over the tail for him and may want to try and extend his championship lead. Aries, though, in 6th, also lost the position. Right now, everybody has kept it pretty tidy, to be honest, except that little carnage with the Merc and both Ferraris there through turn 1. But right now then, Noah lost 2 positions, probably wasn't expecting that. But the guy who has surprised me the most is Jabraka. He's kept the lead at the moment and obviously set the fastest lap. So not a bad lap there from Jabraka. He's already broke DRS as well, so he's doing a magnificent job. And Noah already trying on the attack. Same with Aries, same with drivers behind him. You see the McLaren and the Haas there in the background making overtakes. Tito and LRB switching around. Oh, as Nando ran deep into 1. And it looks like Aries has got a good move, but has he got it? No, Nando's now on the attack back as we see Noah trying to challenge the Ferraris up ahead. Who's it going to be out of these 2? Is it going to be Nando? Is it going to be Aries through the first sector? And it looks like Aries has got the inside line, but Nando keeps his car there. We get a nice camera shot between these 2. These 2 are still going side by side. As we see now the AlphaTauri in the background trying to get in the mix as well. Maybe trying to go for the switchback. But Aries, doesn't get a good exit there. Nando's coming back at him. Still side by side. And Nando retakes the position in 5th as Aries drops to 6th there. But the fight still isn't finished as they're going into the S section. But as these guys keep fighting, they are losing time to the guys ahead in the Mercedes. Of Noah has already got out of DRS range to Nando. Gap's already 1.3 seconds. Let's go back on board with Slimbo right now. He's in the mix with Martin, one of the title contenders. He was 8th and he's starting to get back into the mix. Hopefully he can get through the field as quick as he can and still one of these title contenders. Obviously Jabraka sets a new fast lap, 117.605. At the moment, nobody else can challenge that time. DRS has now been enabled as well. So overtake's going to be easy as we're moving the background there. We can see another Mercedes and Simlick's now going side by side. Look how close these 4 cars are. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Simlick? Is it going to be Daniel? Almost 3 wide down the Mexican strip. Not at the moment. Simlick holds the line, but he's very close there between Daniel. And look at the Aston Martin of Shane. He's getting into the mix as well now. And he's got through. Shane moves to 12th place from starting at the back of the grid. At least he's getting through on these soft compounded tyres. The Haas are freak fast, can't get through. As Jabraka then pulled on gap now, already 2 seconds right now. Last time we saw a gap like this pull away was in Zandvoort, and that was Joey. And at the end of the race, it didn't go, but somebody hasn't got a plan. It's Daniel. Could Firefox be involved there? He's trying to get control of the car. Tito's round as well, it looked like, in the second sector. But yeah, Daniel's round again. And Mika looked like he's made a pit stop as well. We did miss that. He must have got some damage from the start of the race. As I will go on board now very shortly, actually, because DRS is actually activated. But he's not. He is burning his ERS, and he might want to decide to make a move. But right now, Nando's now starting to close this gap back up, and we saw this in Brazil. Nando was absolutely burning his ERS to try and retake the positions he lost by getting undercut. But right now, then, we can see the Red Bull there. He's going for the move on. Nando finally gets the move done. Doesn't go too deep like Nando did in turn 1, and that could set up Nando for the attack back. But he hasn't got DRS. Luca has. So are we going to see another overtake there? Nando's burnt all of his ERS basically. And we can see Luca and Nando going side by side. Nice and tidy. Oh, they look like a bit of contact there right at the end, but Luca off the track now. And it's going to have to be a very stiff rejoin. But Nando keeps the position, and Luca just can't handle it. And already, Nando's lost the DRS range to Aries, and Aries has already got the DRS range to Noah. So Nando is not doing what he needs to do for the championship. As Luca picks up a 3-second time penalty, the first driver to pick up a penalty. And Tito decides to go on the hard tyres. But right now then, still Noah takes further behind as we'll go on board with Noah again. Both, oh, Noah doesn't get a good exit, but what about the Ferraris? Are they going to fight each other? As it looks like Alex is using a little bit more ERS. Alex on a good lap. Firefox picks up a pen. Aries sets a new fastest lap as well, we just saw. Now, as here comes Alex now, he's gaining and gaining down along straight. We get a shocking view, but look at Aries now also trying to gain in the distance. We're going to keep an eye on Luca as well. He's making a move up ahead, and he's past Nando, but there is a safety car. Firefox is out of the race. And oh my god, that's a big impact to the wall. Now, what has happened here? Has he gone into one of the walls and turned very sharply or lost control of the car? Because that's a big hit, and he's somehow lost his front tyre. And that is definitely called for a safety car then. So Firefox, not the best qualifying, and he's not having the best rest at all because now he's out. First retirement, and Tito peeling into the pits. This is a good stop to go on the medium compound tyres for Tito, as he'll be kind of happy with the safety car, but it's a shame for Firefox they're retiring. I'll tell you what is also shameful is the Ferraris. Right now they are second and third. Now if they decide to pit, go on the mediums, they're going to have to double stack. It's also a shame for Jabraka. He's lost his 2.6 second gap as well. It's now increased to 3.6. But yeah, that's actually kind of screwed Jabraka over. Will he actually decide to peel into the pit and go for the two-stop? And that was close. I don't know if he can get away with that, but he's in the pit then. And it's one of the Ferraris pitting, and that's Alex. Yep, so Noah stays out. Maybe the team decide, you know what, you stay out, help your team out on the long run. But Jabraka then, hopefully he's not getting held up. That's just a glitch. As Alex now leaving the pit lane as well, just ahead of the Merc. Yeah, but right now then, we have first, second and third, a Ferrari of Noah, Thomas Setter in second, and Shane in third, and LB fourth, who didn't pit. It's interesting then, the top three decide to stay on the softs, and as I said earlier on, the softs can go at least 16 laps around here if you're good with your tyre wear. If you're shocking with your tyre wear, then they're not making 16 laps. But if you can make them last that long, mediums can go to the end. As long as you're good with your tyre wear, not ridiculous with them. But now we could be playing team game. Now right now, Noah maybe decide, you know what, I'm not going to risk a double stack. We'll both lose out. I'm going to help Alex out here, slow down the guys behind me, so they're going to have to try and fight to get the position, and that will benefit Alex to try and make moves up the field, passing Jabraka, passing LRB, because right now, Alex is net second at the present time. Jabraka obviously is the net leader, and Noah's now net third. So anything can happen. Nando's probably going to be a bit happier as well with the safety car that he's a bit closer to Noah, not as close as he would like to be, maybe right behind him, but he's closer and he's got a chance to possibly make overtakes back on Aries and Luca right now. So anything can happen, but right now the guy who's in the best seat in the house is Jabraka, Alex and Noah. They're not at the front. And oh, hang on, was that a late call in the pits? That was a late call in the pits. LRB's decided to pit them. So what tyre is he going on? He's going to be at the back, obviously, or near the back at least. Maybe Tito's just going to be behind him. He's got another set of mediums. That's interesting. That is interesting. He's took me his 5 laps. Was he not happy with those mediums? Was there an issue with those mediums or what? Why is he pit to go on a fresh set of mediums? Daniel has to stay behind him, so actually LB got ahead of Daniel and Tito then. As we're just going to be waiting for Tito to catch up, but hang on a minute. Why is Jabraka... Jabraka's just slowing down, just probably to get him a gap so he could heat up his tyres. As long as that gap isn't bigger than 10 car lengths, you can do that, obviously, but don't make it ridiculous where a driver's going to hit in the back end of you. Right now then, we're just waiting for Tito to catch up on the safety car. Safety car's probably going to do one more lap around the track, and then it will be coming in if he doesn't catch up or not. So, right now, top 5 at the moment. The Warp leads. Thomas Sayer in 2nd, Shane 3rd, Brackett in 4th, Alex in 5th. Remember, my top 4 predictions were Noah, Jabraka, Nando, then Alex in 4th. So Alex right now is 5th, but currently net 2nd. He's surpassing my expectations right now. And Noah and Nando kind of let me down in 6th and 9th. So Safeguard is actually in this lap. Now, that is because the McLaren actually has caught up just at the end. That's a very late call for the safeguard to come in. Now, Wall's probably not going to be liking that. And probably this could catch some drivers out by not heating their tyres up as well. So this is going to be interesting as we go to green flag race. And then look at the Friday squealing in the background. And Thomas said they're making a move already. Oh my God, we're going 4 wide now. Maybe even 5 wide. Look at the guys gaining pace down the straight. I can see almost 6 wide there between everybody there. There's an Alpine, Ferrari, Merc, Ferrari, Aston Martin. Oh, there's contact in the background. That's Noah John. That's Noah. He is round on more contact. The other Ferrari just collected Jabraka. Jabraka's in almost until it has to cut the track. Oh, that goal almost gets hit by Thomas Sutter as well, losing loads of positions. Right now, Alex is the net leader. Alex is the net leader. Noah is being shafted, dropped all the way to 14th. This is what Nando needs to get closer to winning to his Drivers' Championship. Oh, there's more contact in the background. Freaky fast, I think. Got caught up in that as well. And that is Jabraka at the back of the grid. And I tell you, he's going to be furious. This guy was leading by 3 seconds. And now he's at the back of the grid. Probably a 10-second gap to the leader. And there's more contact now. There's another car almost off there. Tito is getting into the walls as well. Now, I didn't see the second part of that incident between Jabraka and somebody, but there was a big incident. Hang on a minute. The McLaren is going slowly. Has Slimbo got an issue with the car or an issue with the front wing or something as he's gone completely slow there in the S section? He's losing more time to Jabraka. But right now then, Alex is currently in at leaders. We're seeing another overtake further in the back. That is Somerset in the pit lane, so he isn't happy with the tyres. Mika, will he help his teammate defend against Noah as they're going very close down the straight? DRS not needed. But look how close everybody is. As Mika just lets him go, so he just didn't want to fight him. You know, screw this, you can get through. And I don't know why Thomas says retired. I don't know if he got damaged or anything, but there's no need for the retirement. You don't see Slimbo and Jabraka retiring, but it's a shame. But right now then, we're going to go aboard with the fight for the lead of the race. We'll keep an eye on other fights as well, but this is the fight for the lead, and actually the net lead as well. Alex, right now, at the present time, could win this race, and I said this guy would finish 4th in my prediction, and right now he's actually showing me up here, and he's looked like he's going to try and forward. You can see the shin is really wiggling the rear end there in at the S section as well, so maybe he's sort of deciding to overheat and maybe not being as good as they once were. But we've had 2 retirements, both DNFing in one DNF on the entry the pit lane, not a manual DNF, but Tom Sutter did manually retire in the pit lane. You can see Noah and Tito going side by side as DRS has been enabled. As we go on board with the McLaren front, very close there to the wall, and these two are not giving each other that much room. Now, we saw Noah getting an altercation just as the safety car restarted as we were going 6 wide down the straight, which was amazing to see, especially for the F4 division. I wasn't expecting it. But right now, Tito is not giving up. You can see he overtakes further up ahead as well between a Haas and an Alpha, possibly. Oh, look at the rear end snap there from Daniel. And he's holding up Nando in 12th. Noah's back in 8th. So did Nando get into an altercation with one driver up ahead to lose a couple positions behind Noah there? That's Daniel. You can just tell Daniel is a lot more confident, a lot more faster at the moment than LRB. And LRB isn't a guy to just, give up and let him through. LRB will fight for this position, but right now, maybe it might be smarter to just let him go, you gain the DRS, and then you can challenge maybe Mika up ahead. But obviously it's your call. But right now, Daniel in the first sector does look quicker. The second sector, he might be losing a bit of time. But then in the third sector, he's just catching back up. As Alex, we did miss that. Alex obviously is now into the lead of the race, so Alex now can pull away It's going to be an easy overtake, I think, for Aries now down the straight. And as I've said, this is Sondra, my core-com Sondra's favourite driver in this tier. And obviously my favourite driver is the Merc of Noah, but Aries right now, he's doing the business today. There's a Freak Fast now making a move in the background on Martin. And actually, 4-track position, they're going side by side. Oh, he backs off to try and get a better run out of 3. Has he pulled that off quite well? It looks like he has. Good overtake there on the outside. And, well, Martin just got shown up out of turn 2 and 3 there. And Freak Fast then moves to the 5th. And this guy started in 17th. He's now 5th. Shane started in 18th. And he's now 2nd. It just proves you don't need to be, you know, midfield. You could even be last, and you could even easily win the race. We've seen it before with Nando. He won at Jeddah. As speaking about Nando, I think he's just made a move, or Daniel was just made a move on a warp. So Daniel's either made a mistake and has lost a couple of positions on that. Maybe got some wing damage or something. Maybe lost the rear end, as we did see earlier on. Through turn 1, his rear end wasn't as stable as his teammate Nando's. And, well, right now, Nando is on the attack for 10th position just to get 1 point. And he's going to lose a couple of points to Noah, but this is what Noah needs. Noah could win this race, get the fastest lap, and if only Nando gets 1 point, they'll be matched on points, they'll be tied. This is not what Nando needs. So Nando needs to wake up a tiny bit and maybe go on the attack, as we can see him just gaining, but we have to go up ahead as well between Noah and the other Haas, passing Simlic then for 7th. Now back on board with Nando. Is he going to go for the dive? Thinking about it, but he can't. Mika is doing what he needs to do to help out his teammate, stop Nando gaining if Nando can pull through this field, because we've seen Nando before. Nando's been 5 seconds behind the driver and he's caught them up. And we see now these two are fighting now. Nando and LRB going side by side through turn 4 and 5 as Nando's got the position done. Oh, has he? LRB's coming back at him. Nice little switchback. Nando's got to give him the space. They're still going side by side. Beautiful switchback, but it looks like Nando's got the better hand. And yes, Nando closes the door. And LB there got very bit aggressive when he needed to, but he just couldn't make it work. And just look at this. The dirty air is just shocking. And hopefully on the new game, the dirty air isn't a thing as it once was on this game. Right now then, Nando moves into 10th. Noah moves to 7th. Oh, look at Mika. He's just drifting the car through the 3rd sector there. The rear end just really snappy on that Red Bull. And he probably gave him the scare of his life. And he doesn't want to do that again. Yet again, a wiggle on the final corner. That car is just not planted to the track as some other guys are. And right now, we can see a fight for 2nd. Aries moved to 2nd place then. As it looks like Noah is fighting for 6th. As Nando's got the move done. We're going to go aboard with Noah. Right now, he's currently fighting for 6th position. Look at him, he's got hardly any ERS. Martin needs to fight this. He's in this championship fight still. Maybe 26 points off the leader compared to Noah's 16. But he's still in this fight. And look at the fight in here between Martin and Noah. Still going side by side. Noah trying to get on the inside, trying to get his nose in there. But it's just costing him time. And Simblix could now start to get back onto his rear end. Gap's run out 1.2 seconds, and he doesn't want to be held up too much, because as I said, Nando is only 2.5 off Simblix. He's altogether 3.5 of Noah. And as I said, we've seen Nando gain 5 seconds without DRS. He doesn't need DRS to catch, and Noah thinking about it then to go for a little lunge, but he decides not to. Can't risk of an instant, because right now he's going to be gaining points on Nando, and this is what he needs for his Drivers' Championship. And obviously right now drivers in the commentators chatting on for Alex, and we see Shane pitting. So Shane's finally inside the pit then. Alex right now is on a mission to just pull away from Aries. It's in between Aries and Alex right now for the win of the race. Even Luca could even win this race right now. But we're going to go on board with Martin, because Martin is in a bit of trouble. Noah finally gets the move done. Noah moves to 5th position now. Not a bad move. It's Sir Alex. Oh, alright, it's Sir Alex. We'll call him Sir then. It's Sir Alex in the lead then. As some of the guys not happy that I'm just calling it Alex. It's Sir Alex. Well, fair enough then. Right now he's showing us who is boss then. He hasn't obviously had the best of seasons. He hasn't been up there fighting for wins. And today he's proved me wrong. And I wasn't expecting this guy to even fight for the win today. I thought the best he's going to get is 4th. And right now he's showing me up. So right now Alex then, trying to get out of that DRS range from there. He's trying his best. Right now the gap's right about 9 tenths. We'll keep an eye on that gap. Obviously, if it gets under 3 tenths, under 2 tenths, we will move on board with that fight. But right now, we're going to go on board with Noah, the guy who's fighting for the championship this season. He's currently second in the Drivers' Championship, only 16 points behind. Nando is in 8th now, 1.9 seconds off Simblick. He's slightly starting to catch up, and Simblick picks up a 3-second penalty. But Noah is getting on freaky fast. Gap 1 second, and he's got DRS. Daniel just entered the pits from 13th. I wonder if he got some damage to the car, as that's his second stop of the day. Let's actually have a look at the pit stops then. Which buttons? There it is. Everyone has made a stop. Obviously, a couple of drivers, obviously Tito, Jabraka, Slimbo, Daniel, all have made 2 stops. And they might be making a 3rd. So, as I've said, softs from here, then pit to mediums. Mediums can go to the end. So, you know, as people are trying to tell Alex, trying to get his motivation to just break that DRS train, like slipstream train, and right now he can't do that. Gap 7.5 tenths. It was 9 tenths last time round in this part of the track. He can't do it right now. Oh, yellows in sectors 2 and 3. That's Mika going slowly. And has he lost the car in the end then with the rear end? And the answer is yes, he has. The front wing has gone completely off the car. And wow, yeah. Oh, he across the track there. It's a bit cheeky. You would probably, yeah, the 5 penalty, second penalty is probably staying. You're going to have to serve it as well. So, yeah, that's interesting. But Aries right now then, we'll go on board with him. Mika and Shane obviously are switching positions. I think Mika was just letting him through there. But right now, we'll go on board with the fight for the lead. We have 3 cars fighting, maybe 4, maybe even 5, if we can see the Alpine starting to catch back up. But right now, Noah is in this attack, and obviously Mika's called it a day. Then he tried to help his team as much as he could, and he was doing a good job holding off Nando and Simblick there. But right now, it's the fight for the lead. Luca, Aries, and Alex, even Noah, right now. Actually, the top 5 all in under a second. They're trying just to get a bit closer, say a bit more battery than one another. And Aries is doing a magnificent job. Look at the ERS management he's doing. He's not even pushing the car, and he's got 90%. Alex, on the other hand, is probably pushing the car like mad, and he's on 15. This isn't what Mr. Alex would like to hear, because right now, Aries has got the advantage. He's got plenty more ERS. He can just burn it and just pull away. He's got 100%, this guy. Aries could take the victory today. He could have took the victory at Jeddah, and I believe it did end up badly after he got a bit of damage by one of the Alpines last time out. And I don't believe he raced last week. I can't remember if he did. No, it's the weekend before he didn't race. Before Brazil, he didn't race. It was Zambot. But Brazil, he was showing some good pace after that week off. He had, and today he's looking to try and take this victory. As we can see right now, these guys are fighting. Nothing else right now. As we see Daniel obviously in a warp fighting in the background there. Oh, hang on. What's Daniel doing? Daniel's going off the track. This is F1 racing, mate. It's not lawnmowing racing. But he rejoins the 13th. Maybe it was an illegal overtake or something. And how much ERS has Alex got? I believe 20%. 30. So he's now starting to save it up. And Aries has got a penalty. Do you remember that? Aries does have a pen. So even if Alex loses the position, if he just stays with Aries, Alex has still won the race, as long as he doesn't get overtaken by either Freak Fast, Noah, or even Nando. But as I said, if Noah wants to have a good chance of winning this race, he needs to get moving. Look at Aries now, he's on the attack, and he's not even using the ERS. This guy's making a move already, and he's through. Easy overtake, and he's through then to the lead of the race. But now it's game time for Aries. Now, can he pull the gap away? He's got a pen of 3 seconds, so he's got to build up a 3-second gap. LB and Tito have now switched around, just up ahead. And Aries is trying now already. Gap already 5.5 tenths. Maybe he's the quicker guy on the mediums. Or is it actually Alex? And Aries was just saving his battery at the right time. But right now, Noah is also getting in the mix as well. He's now starting to catch up really close to Freaky Fast. and Luca. Luca then made an error out of turn 6. So, right now, if the way it's going, Noah could still be getting either a second or third. And Nando could be just sitting in a lonely 8th. So he picks up another penalty. Yeah, no, yeah, those you can now. This is where the soft tyres are going to be. It's literally going to be a bus in front of you. These softs are going to be shredded, but they're still going to have a bit of grip in them. And look at that, Aries already pulled out of that DRS range. Has he done enough though? Is it out of the DRS range? Gap's 1 second. We'll see if Alex he starts to close up, and yeah, he's closing up quite quickly. So he just missed out there, but that was easily out of that DRS range, just like that. So Alex needs to be more aware of how Aries is pulling away. Obviously that DRS helped through the first sector, obviously. And as we can see, actually in the background there, Nando making a move now, moving to 7th. So he's now starting to crawl all the way back up. He's past LB, he's past Tito, he's past Simbolix. Simbolix now is off the track, picking up another warning possibly. But Nando now is in 7th. One of his other title contenders, upend is Martin. Alex gap now is 7.5 tenths. We're going to have to go back on Noah though. He's trying his best just to keep up with Freaky in the S section. If he gets close enough in the S section, he could even make an overtake here. But he's not using his ERS. Freaky Fast now is now out of the DRS range, so if he's going to go for the move, he has to be this lap, because if he stays a bit too longer, Nando's probably going to get through Martin quite easily, to be honest, because he's already on his tail basically. But right now, it's anybody's game to win this race. Could be Aries, could be Nando, could be Noah, could be Martin. Could be anybody right now. But right now, Noah then. As Noah then making a move for 4th. He's going for the overtake. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And he's through to 4th. It's the most easiest overtake he's going to be doing for this race against the Alpine on those 13 lap old softs. Oh, but he doesn't want to go off the track like that. Right now, Tito again, and LB in the background, just keep switching positions, and obviously I would go on board with that, but right now we've seen an amazing fight as Martin and Nando are now going at it. Martin trying the switch out of turn 2, trying again the switch again. LB tried this on Nando, couldn't get it working. Oh, it was almost hit the rear end as well, Nando there. But right now, Nando is now already into 6th. This is what I meant. If Freaky Fast, oh, Luca picks up a 3-second penalty. But as I said, if Noah stayed behind Freaky Fast, maybe one more lap, or even 2 more laps, Nando would have caught up. Probably made a move. Right now then, Noah, his attack range needs to be closer now, as Luca's really close up the door. Alex is also close up the door, and Aries now a tiny bit more. Gap 7.5 tenths. Could use a bit of ERS to gain a bit more. Obviously he's not probably going to go for the overtake yet. He needs a bit more battery, but he's using his battery. He's using a lot of his battery actually, to be fair. And maybe it's time to go for the attack and go for the move, as he's now seen Noah, maybe the Merc in the mirror. Maybe a bit worried. Maybe going for the move to turn 1. Very late move. And he's still very close side by side. Aries gives him plenty of space. And that was an amazing overtake from Alex there. But has he done enough? Will he be able to now pull away? And no. Even with DRS, Aries is not even using his ERS. And he's keeping up with Alex. When we saw earlier on, Aries just pull away with his DRS. So, right now, Alex could win this race due to obviously drivers getting penalties. But he doesn't have the pace altogether compared to Aries. Aries does look like he's the quicker driver right now with ERS and the DRS, and even not even using ERS against Alex there. But Noah is now in DRS range. He's just in that attack range, but there's a car now between Nando and Noah, and that's Freaky Fast. Now, will Freaky Fast, well, he gets a penalty, but will Freaky Fast hold up Nando as much as he held up Noah? Or is, as I said, is it going to be another easy peasy lemon squeezy overtake for Nando for 5th place? As the gap's 2.1 seconds, they're both in the same tyre life. But as I've said, these softs can go very long. He's probably not going to pit for another, actually, scratch that. He's in the pits now. That's interesting. He's decided to make a decision to pit now. We don't expect an overtake from the guys ahead. We want to see what tyres he's going on then. And he's going on a set of softs. He did start on mediums, so he can actually do that, to be fair. But yeah, well, and he's on the start off, so Freaky Fast obviously going for the fastest lap. His rival Shane just up ahead of him, 3.1 seconds up the road. Now look, we're going on board with Noah. 3.5 tenths now in this 4 train. Nando has got clean air, 4.7 seconds. This was exactly like Brazil. Noah was just up ahead, and then he had cars ahead of him, and they caught that gap with the DRS train. Nando, without the DRS train, just was trying to get into it, and he was catching up. He had guys attacking him from behind, burning all of his DRS, and he still caught up. Nando's gap is 4.3. Will he be able to do it again, and this time turn it into a victory than 3rd place? But right now, the fight for the lead is the top 4. Alex, Aries, Luca, and Noah. Right now, the eyes are on Alex and Noah there, losing the rear end. But right now, as I said, the eyes are on Noah and Alex. They are the favourite to win it, but they could get penalties. Luca and Aries then could be in the fight. Aries then will go on board right now. Not going for the attack, yeah, he's saving his DRS. You see Nando there just in the background. Martin hasn't dropped that much off as he did with Noah. On lap 23 out of 36 of the race, as I said, we only had 3 retirements. Mika obviously retiring in the pit, same with Tomasetto, but then Firefox obviously having that big crash in the entry of the pits. Oh, Nando picks up a 3 second. That is crucial for the drivers today. This could mean Nando's finishing in 5th or best 4th, and this could save Aries a podium position. This is crucial for Nando. Now he could be under threat from the drivers behind. Now he's got a pen and maybe trying to go for the move. But obviously back to fight for the lead of this race. On board with Alex right now. Got a gap of 6 tenths. Luca's pit. Luca's mediums weren't the best. Maybe he's saying, you know what, screw this. I'm going softs. I ain't got the pace on these tyres. And he decided to pit. Will Noah then be able to hold his own? And also Nando decides to peel in the pit. So we see Freak Fast making a move on Shane there on the leaderboard graphic. But Nando, he's made a pit stop. He's 9th. Is that a good strategy call? Because as I've said, you should be able to one-stop it. Obviously I know I'm a slower driver and not the best person to say that, but I did a one-stop here on soft medium. I did it from 16 laps, pit, went mediums, and obviously we had 2 safety cars, but they could have easily made the distance without the safety cars. The one-stop should be possible, and now all these drivers experiencing bad tyre wear. Could this help Freaky Fast? Could this help Luca? Could this even help Shane? Shane is 8th on 9 lap old mediums. And, wow, Alex, Aries and Noah are in the pits. So we're going to fight for the pits then. Who's going to be ahead of who? Now, as regards, that's the new fastest lap. Luca takes the lead of the race. He jumped Alex, Aries, and Noah. What about Nando? Nando's not close. Shane's just out of ERS completely. He's drained it all just to try and keep up with this. Oh, look at Noah. He almost hits the back end of the Red Bull. That was very close there. Aries could have said bye-bye to his car, spun the car around, and Noah could have lost his front wing. But right now, Luca, Freak Fast, first and second. Aries going for the move around the outside between Alex. They're going side by side. Being a bit aggressive now, and he shoves Alex a bit off. Aries though is through, but look at Noah, he's now in the mix as well. Alex has probably just not got used to the softs already, but now we're having a fight on our hands between Aries, Alex and Noah. This is it. This is game time now. Will Noah be able to get in there? Daniel picks up a 3-second tyre pen now. We're having a couple more drivers picking up penalties. As Lucas has a new fastest lap, 16.266 is a new fastest lap then. So Luca right now is going to be taking 17 points. But Noah isn't attacking as I thought he would. Nando making a move there on Shane. But look at him, he's just burning his DRS. LB sets a 16 flat. So the new fastest lap. So Luca's only going to take 16 points if it stayed like this. If he actually took the victory, obviously. But right now he's safe. Because I believe his penalty... Oh no, he's not. His penalty is 6. He could still be in the threat. Aries now has moved to second. We did miss that. But Aries now in the second place. He's now got a car gap. Will Freaky Fast be a roadblock for Alex and Noah? Got a nice rear camera shot right now on the Alpine. And already Freaky Fast lost 8 tenths, 9 tenths, now almost a second now. He's lost a second. Aries already out of DRS range. This sandwich the dirty air is affecting Alex and Noah. Clean air for Aries is just a walk in the park. You know, get through and just pull away. Gap already a second. Aries up, a 1:15.5, new fastest lap, but here comes Alex then. Alex making a move, but what about Noah also? He's possibly going to be making a move. He's using a bit of his DRS, using the DRS on the tour with Alex as well. Alex and Noah, easy moves, and move to 3rd and 4th now in the race. Basically net 1st and 2nd when penalties are applied. As Shane and Martin are now just switched positions. Oh, Braga picks with a 3-second penalty. He's not having a good day in the end. He had a good qualifying and that was it. His race has gone shambolic. He's currently in 14th with a penalty. Alex though is trying his best to catch back up with Aries. He's in the DRS range. Noah's also, and look at Nando. Nando's also in this attack now as well. So he got passed quite easily on Freaky Fast then through the second sector. So Noah then, maybe he's not too happy about that, but is now, there's a big fight. Obviously Nando's got a 3-second penalty. But you know, Nando is going to fight this position because Noah could make a mistake and run into the back of one of the drivers and get front wing damage and then have to pit. Nando ain't just going to sit back. He's going to go for the fight. Luca, gap 2.6 seconds. He still isn't safe right now to win this race. As Simlick's just past Shane then for 8th. Shane drops to 9th now. We're on board Noah now. He's 3 tenths off Alex. Martin picks up a pen. There's one lap, 28 out of 36 now. Not that many laps remain in the race. Who is going to win this race then? Do you still guys think it's going to be Alex? Do you still guys think it's going to be Noah? Could it even be Aries just pulls away? Isn't obviously pulling away now because Alex is keeping in the DRS range, but these drivers could get penalties. They're not immune to getting penalties. I've seen them get pens before. But Alex is trying his best just to catch up with Aries, but Noah isn't that far behind. That's a lot of people are saying Alex. I think most of the guys who are watching the race are actually just supporting Alex there, which is good to see. So a lot of support on one driver. Luca picks up another penalty though. That's 9 seconds now. Yeah, he's basically out of a podium spot as Daniel's making a move on LRB. It looks like. Actually, no, Daniel and LRB make a move on. Sorry, LRB and Tito make a move on Daniel. Oh, it's Daniel yet again almost off the track there. Cuts turn 2. Definitely got a warning for that. That's good to hear that PSGL got some French fans there. Right now though, Mr. Alex is trying his best. Would this be his first win? And I'm guessing it's going to be his first win, I believe, this season. But will this be his first win ever in PSGL? because obviously this is my first time commentating with Alex in this tier, and it's my first time with Alex being here, and I haven't seen him in other tiers before. So, oh, hang on a minute though. Yellow, sector 2 and 3. That's an Alfa Romeo going slowly. Daniel looks like he lost sector 3. No damage to the car. Maybe he went lawnmowing again, but I hope he don't. Oh, it's Aries and Alex now going fighting through turn 1, 2 and 3. Noah is now in the mix as well. Now look at this. Remember, Aries hasn't got DRS. Noah has. Noah is on the attack. Look at the speed. Thinking about it. Oh, Aries gets very close to the Ferrari's back end. Noah gets really close to the Red Bull. The guys are getting a lot more hungry for this lead, and just imagine these three just make a move and just take each other out, and then Nando takes the win. It could happen. As on lap 30 now out of 36, the win still isn't finished. Who is going to get it now? I'm definitely saying Alex right now looks the favourite to get it, but don't count out Noah. I think Aries is going to go back for the attack on it. He's burnt a lot of his ERS this time round. Get a nice camera shot there, the 4 drivers there. Ferrari Red Bull. Oh, Aries really went a bit unstable there on the final couple of corners. But is he now going to use his attack? Yes, he is. He's using his DRS there a little bit there just to get closer, and maybe just use his DRS and just not touch the DRS down the straight. And look at Noah. He's looking hungry. He's going on the outside of Alex, possibly through turn 1. Going for the switch now. Could he make it into turn 2? No, he has to think about it again through 3. Can't make it work right now, but he was thinking about making a move there on the outside, and if I was him, I'd have just kept it round the outside and make the move. But look at this now. He's getting a good run. He's going to go on the outside through turn 4. He's thinking about it. Outbreaks Alex through side by side between the Ferrari and Merc. We've seen this before in 2018. They give each other plenty of room. Alex does go off the track a tiny bit, rejoined, but Noah is through. Noah is the net leader right now. Alex is in 4th, but net 2nd. Aries now in 2nd place, currently net 3rd. But even with this fighting, they are still catching Luca. Gap 2 seconds. Simblix and Freaky Fast to switch positions, and Simblix gets another penalty. That's just can't stop getting penalties today. I believe that's his like 5th one. He gets too many more, he's going to get a penalty. And it was, yeah, a very nice clean battle there between those two, and that's what I like to see. I don't like seeing battles where you're showing the driver completely off track or causing a crash, where we saw at Zandvoort between Gustav and Joey. It was kind of, I'd say 50-50 on that. I don't really say it's push off track because they were side by side. Alex could have took a wider line, but it's 50-50. Good racing. Obviously, if Alex doesn't see that and thinks it's a bit unfair, then obviously he'd probably report it. Jabraka picks up another penalty. Daniel picks up another penalty. As Daniel's retired now. Is that going to cause a safety car? I hope it doesn't. I'm going to go on the McLaren dead quickly if I can. Actually, he's just binned it. He's lucky that's not a safety car, because I don't know if that was a deliberate crash out to cause one to help his teammate. But it's a very weird place to crash, especially when you just get a corner cutting pen and then bin it. Jabraka obviously sets new fast lap at 15.2. Right now then, lap 32 now. We'll be starting lap number 33 very shortly. These guys have instantly caught up with Luca. Gap 1.6 seconds. Noah's going to have to be smart when he makes his overtake, because if he gains too quickly... No, actually, scratch that, Alex. He's thinking about making a move possibly down turn 1. Noah's maybe using a bit more ERS now than he wanted to, but Alex... maybe coming back on the attack there. Gets a better run through 2 and 3. Oh, but it's 3 there. I thought he would have been lined up perfectly. But Noah, in the end, is safe for now, and he's on the attack on Aries. But as I said, he's got to be smart when he makes his overtake, because he wants to make this overtake and then quickly get on the DRS range of Luca if he wants to be safe from the guys behind making the attack. Maybe he needs a second battery. Maybe he does, but fortunately... I don't believe it's IndyCar. I think IndyCar can like change your batteries or stuff in the pit lane like that. Unfortunately, that isn't a setting in the game. But right now then, Noah and Aries. Second, gap 6/10. Gap to leader from Aries though, 1.6. And he has now a second penalty. So obviously he's dropping, I think, 6th place at most. Obviously, I'd have to calculate with Nando and Martin's pens, but... Yeah, no, Pedro, I know you're joking. Right now though, lap 34. And the gap's been increased a tiny bit now. Luca and Aries, 1.7. Nando just hasn't been able to attack. This is what happened at Brazil. He caught up and he just couldn't get through. He's got a lot of ERS though, but he just couldn't get through. Yeah, they're catching Luca quite quickly. I think Luca just shredded his softs. I think he tried to pull away and he's overheated them and just shredded them. But as I said earlier, we saw this from Freaky Fast. Round about this point, lap 9 to when he pit, the softs were just dead. Obviously they still had a bit of grip, but they were just dead. They weren't as quick as they were like from lap 1, obviously. But as I said, the softs can go, I think, maximum 20 laps. So, and that's if you're really saved and you're just dropping your pace gradually each lap. But right now, Noah, 7, maybe 6 tenths off Aries now. He is now actually the guy who's looking favourite to win it, not Alex anymore. And maybe Alex is a bit annoyed with himself, as this could have been his first victory this season. We're going to be starting the penultimate lap of the race, lap 35. But is Alex going to make a comeback? It's close, 3 tenths of a second. He's gaining down the straight, but he just hasn't got the ERS. He hasn't got it. He's on 0, while Noah is on 6. He saves it, but look at Aries now. He is now in the attack of Luca. This is what he needs. Maybe make an overtake. Luca makes a mistake, takes out Noah and Alex and Nando, and he's won the race. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can have a nice clean fight for the final couple of laps. It's going to be Alex and Noah then. Who is it going to be? Because now there's a big fight. They're in traffic up ahead as well. These two up ahead, and one's faster, one's completely off the pace on those softs. But we also now have to calculate. These guys' soft tyres aren't going to be as they once were. As I said, lap 9 to lap 11, we saw Freaky's fast pace just drop. As we've seen on Lucas, his pace just dropped. And Noah's got a penalty. Noah has got a 3-second time penalty. He has bottled it. He has dropped it on the race then. On lap 35, Noah's got a penalty. Alex, at the moment, is going to take the victory as long as he doesn't get a penalty. He just needs to cruise along and just be careful now not to get one warning if he's on his last warning, or even get a penalty. Alex needs to be careful now. This could be his victory to lose. We're on the last lap of this race then. Luca is in the lead, but we all know he's not going to win the race on track. Aries wants to take the victory on track then, but obviously he would lose out to Alex. But he's not going to lose out to Noah now. Aries is going to be second. Now, maybe that was a tiny bit of karma, as people did say. He did push Alex off when he made the overtake. Maybe that was a tiny bit of karma there, maybe 50-50, as I said. But right now, it's Alex to lose. Luca has just picked up another penalty. I think that's his 12th second worth of penalties. We'll just quickly go on board that. That is correct. He's on 12 seconds right now. So, at the moment, we're on the final time round the S section for Aries. He's currently going to take the race victory on the track. But penalties, obviously, he's going to switch that around. And it's going to be Alex, because he hasn't got a penalty. Noah now making a move. Just a last dying effort to just try and build a quick enough gap, but he can't do it. The gap's too late. If he passes these guys a couple laps earlier, maybe a different story. But Aries then is going to take the victory on track. Slimbo is just going to let these guys through. But then Aries takes victory on track. Noah in second then. Luca isn't third. Alex is the man to win. Nando moves to fourth, loses a couple of points to Noah. Luca then is fifth. But is he classified fifth? And yes, he is, by 5 seconds then. Martin in sixth. Simulix will finish seventh. Freaky Fast moves to seventh. Simulix drops to eighth then. What about LRB? Will he take ninth? Or will it be Noah? Or will it be Shane as a Ferrari? And the Aston are very close. And Noah then ninth. Shane in 10th. Simulix drops to 11th. How many penalties did this guy have? I don't know, but Tito is now 12th. Jabraka in 13th. Simba's already finished, obviously, but Jabraka then, who in a way is got his win robbed, as we say. Yeah, obviously Alex did win the race and he deserves the win, but we have to get this guy. This guy built a gap of 3 seconds at the start of the race. If that safety car didn't come in, it would have probably been a different story. Maybe Jabraka would have won. But Jabraka then is going to be disappointed, and I think this could be basically him technically out already of the Drivers' Championship. Maybe he's thinking about next season. But Jabraka then does get 13th, and he's going to be disappointed with that result. But the guy on the top step of the race today is Alex, taking the victory. And driver of the day is Freaky Fast, and I'll actually give him as well. You know, he started at the back in 17th, and he got a good result in the end. Same with Shane. But here is your top 3 then. So, Alex on the top step, finally, a different driver taking the victory. And it's Alex, the Frenchman, taking the victory in style at Mexico. And I think this is his first victory ever in PSGL, and he's going to be happy with that. With Aries in second, third place Noah. Noah then gains a couple of points on Nando in the Drivers' Championship. Could have had the victory, but bottled it on lap 35. And here are your unofficial results. Obviously, penalties by the stewards may change if there's anything reported. But Alex then does take the victory and started in 4th then. And as I said, he had a great start as well in the race. And he's done the win. So, first place then for Alex. Aries 2nd. Noah in 3rd. Nando, as I said, started in 8th, finished 4th. Luca 5th. Martin in 6th. Freaky Fast 7th. LRB in 8th. Now, 9th, Shane in 10th. So Shane started 17th, finished 10th. Freaky Fast 18th, finished 7th. So good driving from them two today. Simlix in 11th. I think got added a 10-second penalty. I don't know on that. We'll have to have that looked at. Tito 12th. Jabraka 13th. Slimbo does get classified for 14th. Obviously, he backed off and let the leaders through. Daniel, Mika, and Thomas Firefox all DNF'd from today's race. And while we're here, actually, we'll go on board with the McLaren of... No, sorry, not the Haas of Simlix. Did he get another penalty on the last lap? No, he didn't get a penalty. So it actually is fair, the penalty done for him. Well then, I have been your commentator, Iron Neon, or as Jared Fosbury. It's been great commentating this race there on my own, but it was a shame that my favourite commentator, the OAP, wasn't here today. He will be obviously here next time round. But anyway, until then, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.